shifting. All my niggas sadness giving. I've been pushing, steady winning, snatching dollars, getting bitches. Always hustling, never living. Find the problem, such a menace. Guess I'm Dennis, guess I'm pissing. Guess the pot is overfilling.
Hello everybody, welcome back to the Unversed podcast. Danny here, and today we are talking about Øscillation, the newest EP from Aerospace. What a strong year, first of all, for Aerospace. Just want to shout him out because we got 3 EPs this year. We got his Devilman very early on this year, and then we had the launch of his Hanagawa EP on the day of the EXO show out at the barbershop over there in LA, if you remember, where they officially announced he's part of EXO. And now we're here with his first project as being part of EXO, Øscillation. It's 9 tracks. Produced by James, art by Mushroom Queen. This got released on the 22nd of this month. Artwork is great too. I like it. It kind of threw me off at first because in the set it's a photo of Aerospace, and then you have this nice effect of sort of an eclipse going on, while in the outline of the eclipse is the reflection of himself, but him in the middle. It looks like some solarization effect from Photoshop that's on there. But I like it. You know, it's simple. If you kind of get the feel of how the album's gonna feel like as a project, and I gotta say, I really like this one. It's refreshing to hear Aerospace do this. It's more of a how would I put this? You know, if you listen to Aerospace, you could get a grasp of how the album would feel, right? Lyrically wise, and the instrumentals. And here in Øscillation, there's a certain kind of growth that I really appreciate from this album. He pulls in stuff from what you kind of already feel in the hip hop world, right? I think in Øscillation, the first track, I think, you know, there's some layering here for sure. It starts off with like this slow tempo sample from like some vaporwave stuff, trying to be like a SoundCloud lo-fi rap, right? This is what you kind of expect from the SoundCloud game. At least from the people I've checked out on SoundCloud, you kind of get that. And then it does a hard cut into what the actual track for Øscillation is. And I think that's just to let you know, like, yeah, sure, you know, I post on SoundCloud, but we're doing something different. And, you know, as the different kind of styles that he has on this album, you could clearly tell this is an Aerospace album for sure. You know, he still keeps his flow in there, and it really just shows you his range that he can do based on these kind of instrumentals. And I think that's really great for this album. I think especially, too, because of him joining EXO, you know, there's a good size community behind the EXO squad. And so for this to be like, yes, this is what I'm going to be dishing out from now on type of deal, like this is me, that's a great start. And speaking of EXO, I'm very surprised, not very surprised, but yeah, no features from like Rav, Kill Bill, Square, you know, Mad Hacker, nobody like that. And I know Aerospace, you know, he's not a big person on features anyways, like as far as his projects go, he doesn't really have that many features. He always has, you know, a bunch of producers on the tracks. But yeah, just not really a lot of features. So at one point I'm like, well, yeah, that makes sense. And at the other point I'm like, yeah, but you know, that would have been cool to see. But who knows, like, you know, these guys are teasing 2019 is going to be strong. So here's hoping for that. Let's see. Yeah, the last project he had a feature on was in Nocturne. That's another great album. And that was July of last year. So, you know, I'm not bothered by the fact there's no features. I think it's just it's solid by himself. You know, really great stuff overall. Yeah, again, it's 9 tracks, and he handles each track very well. You know, it's sort of that balance of, oh, you got some bangers, you got some heavy shit to talk about, and then, you know, there's some tracks where it's a mix of both. And I think that's pretty great. I think my favorite track has to be track 4, Bounce. Because, again, he's grabbing these styles of hip-hop that are very common nowadays, but he's putting like the aerospace stamp on it, making it, I think, a lot better. You know, just some of these tracks are really great. He even has one that's just Sweater, you know, and it's just like, it's just for the bangers, you know. It's very catchy, you know, and I do think it is parody to how current rap is. Because, you know, Aerospace he's very profound with his lyrics. You know, he gets really deep, starts talking about some real shit, you know, and he gets complex in the lyrics sometimes. And then just hearing Sweater, where I do believe it's probably just a parody, you know, of how like most of these rappers now, they're just like their hook is just like 2 or 3 lines, and that goes on for a very long time, you know. And that's just the whole track. I think he even says it in the beginning of Sweater. He was like, this is just, you know, a banger or whatever.
Hey, yeah. Why you bitch wearing my sweater? Told you you better come get her. Why you bitch wearing my sweater? Told you you better come get her. Why you bitch wearing my sweater? Told you you better come get her.
That's just the whole loop the whole time. And it's like, oh yeah, you would hear that at a club because that's what a lot of people are doing now. So I thought that was funny. And of course, it's not an Aerospace album without a classic diss to Logic. If you know, Aerospace is not a big fan of Logic. He has some history with him, and he just doesn't like him as an artist anymore. So over on Bounce, you know, he drops, you know, Logic sucks. It's his classic motif on social media and some of his music. So it's like, again, it's like you could clearly tell like this is a very Aerospace album, even though it sounds very different from Hanagawa, which just came out not that long ago, earlier this year. And so just to see him go from Hanagawa, which is another great album, it's more along the lines of what Aerospace has typically done, right, as far as instrumental wise and production. And then coming on to Øscillation, it's almost like a 180 as far as like the feeling goes when you listen to the instrumentals, because you know, sure, you focus on the lyrics. That's one of the important things about hip-hop albums. But what draws you all in as well is the instrumentals. You know, it kind of gets you into the mood and sets you into what is about to be spoken on the lyrics. And, yeah, Aerospace just goes, man, we're kicking it up a notch, right? We're keeping the same tier of lyrics, and then we're changing up the instrumentals just to make it even better. And that's really good stuff, too. So I highly recommend this album. Link is in the description to go grab it up on Bandcamp. I recommend buying it because you can also stream it on the Bandcamp app. That's what I do. And, you know, just, you know, gotta support the boy Aerospace. You know, congratulations on the album. And I'm very looking forward to what he's got cooking up for next year, especially, you know, now that he's officially part of EXO. So I kind of want to see more of that be intertwined into the music. You know, it doesn't have to just be him. You know, Kill Bill and Rav and Square. You know, if they drop any new projects next year, Aerospace can be on it. You know, that's why I remember when Drop Season, Kill Bill's singles collection dropped, and the second track, Smoke Break, had Aerospace on it. I was like, dude, no way, they got Aerospace, nice. Because it was because of Kill Bill and Rav, the whole EXO squad, that I found Aerospace on SoundCloud. And just to see them cross over like that, I was like, oh, dude, this is amazing. This is like the best stuff that you could always want in hip-hop, right? When you find your favorite artist collab, you know, and you didn't even think that was a possibility. So that's great stuff. But yeah, overall, really great. Go pick it up. Again, it's 9 tracks. And yeah, so the link's in the description. And be sure to check it out. Also, check out his other 2 EPs that dropped this year, Hanagawa and Devilman. Those are really great. And, oh yeah, like, real quick, like, Devilman's instrumentals are amazing. It really feels like what they were trying to do with Crybaby, like, just the way the music is. And then Hanagawa is more, if you haven't heard of Aerospace, Hanagawa is definitely, or Hanekawa, excuse me, wow. Hanekawa is more along the lines of what he's typically done in the past as far as instrumental wise, you know. So if you want more familiarity with Aerospace's work, Øscillation and Hanekawa is definitely a grab. And that is all I got to say for this review, guys. And shouts out again to Aerospace. And that is all. So remember, you could follow us on social media at Unversed Podcast anywhere you go. Keep you updated on latest episodes and all that good stuff, and as well as conventions. Remember, the next one is Anime Los Angeles. That is fast approaching. So if you guys are going to be there, swing by and say hi. We'll be walking around. We'll be posting on social media of what we're doing, what we're cosplaying, all that good stuff. And if you have any question, comments, concerns, you can always email us at unversedpodcast@gmail.com. Have you listened to Øscillation? I would love to hear what you guys think. That is all for today, guys. Again, thank you for listening. And as always, we will talk to you next time.
Where my niggas at? Where my minish cap? She don't fuck with me. I can't fuck with that. You can't fuck with who? Logic heard me crack. Logic fucking sucks. Fuck a platinum plaque. I'm just spitting facts. I'm not dissing Jack. Jack, I'm ripping shit. Tony Hawk and stack. Stack like Jenga Buzz. But like night and drugs. Drugs are passing love. In the cul-de-sac. I'm the quarterback. Pass like Randy Moss. Catching feelings next. What the fuck is gone? First we text and talk. Then we're having sex. Ain't no worries here. Now I see your ex. Guess I'm seeing shit. Shot them Doug funny. Skeet my skate is goofy. Goof, I'm not a dummy. I've been peeped the game. K, I picked the top. D, I dunked it in. Snatch the fucking rock. Bounce, bounce, bounce. Bounce, bounce, yeah. Bounce, bounce, bounce. Hey. Bounce, bounce, get up. Bounce, 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 bounce. What is you saying, yeah? Give me the brain, huh? Girl, you insane, huh? White girls with fat asses, they been on the front of the train, yeah. Loyalty never her main, yeah. Smashing like moth in the plane, yeah. Watching my game is insane, yeah. People, your messages are lame. I'm making my head is the stage. Making my mess is a pain, yeah. Fuck what you think you would stain, yeah. Stain on the flesh of my clothes. Clothes that don't kick the remains, yeah. Go to your girl, I'ma stay, yeah. And then you'll run them, you'll fracture. Fuck niggas, stay with actors. Fake bitches, stay with plastic. Open head is a casket. Fur holes and a mattress. All round with no flash shit. No dad, I'm a bastard. Ben foes, I'm a bastard.